Hey, welcome everyone. Stocks Numbers Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. Good afternoon. Welcome, guys. It's Thursday, June 11, and it's just after 11 a.m. Eastern, and we have a new hourly candle that just opened up. And we hope you are having a great day today. And it's almost the end of the week, and lots of exciting things coming up. World Cup soccer, football starts today. The big UFC match at the White House is Saturday night. The New York Knicks unbelievable comeback win last night where they were down 29 points, and OG Anobi with that tip right at the last second was unbelievable, guys. So big day, and we've got gold, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones moving right now. We have a lot of breaking news all over the markets. Dow is up 0.3% right now. Nasdaq is down negative 0.1%, and S&P 500 is flat right now. And we have some remarks made by Donald Trump that could escalate war with Iran. Tonight, we'll go over that article. And so please, guys, okay, I'm going to say this every single day for the next little bit because we have lots of volatility and breaking news happening. So please trade with proper risk management. Please, everyone, if you can lower your lot sizing, lower your contract sizing down when you're taking a trades, not just on this call, but when you're just trading in general, because there's a lot of volatility. Anything can happen at any moment, and you could basically give back a lot of your gains. You could potentially lose a lot of your capital, or if you're trading with a prop firm, probably blow it up if you're on the wrong end of a trade and you're over leveraged. Okay, so this is the time when you need to scale down. Okay, with that being said, let's get into this. I hope everyone is having a great day. News wise, lots of news. Okay, so Donald Trump right now, this came out just this morning. The US will be hitting Iran very hard tonight. Okay, so this came out 3 hours ago when it was printed here, his tweet. So when he's talking tonight, he's talking later tonight, maybe the Tokyo session, maybe the European session. If you're trading gold, oil, or any index, please be careful, because if there's war escalating, it will affect the US dollar and will affect every single other correlated security with it. So we will assume total control of their oil markets, okay, much like we have with Venezuela. So if you guys remember a few months back, they took over Venezuela oil, and he's saying the same thing right now, that they're going to do the same with Iranian oil. So we have to be very, very careful, okay? And here it is, what he wrote. The United States will be hitting Iran, whose Navy, Air Force, radar, anti-aircraft, and all other forms of defense, together with most of its offensive capability, are gone. Very hard tonight, in capital letters. At some point in the not too distant future, we will be taking Karg Island and other oil infrastructure points and assume total control of their oil and gas markets, much like we have with Venezuela, which is working out brilliantly for both Venezuela and the United States. Thank you for this. Uh, just reading some of these comments below are pretty funny, but that's out there. And then also we had some news today, 8:30 a.m. You guys remember yesterday, the day this week was CPI data, and today is the PPI data that came out, the Producers Price Index. So core PPI month over month, you guys know that core excludes something. Core PPI is the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers. Okay, so CPI was the consumers. Now we're looking at the producers data, excluding food and energy. Whenever you see that word core, it excludes something. These are the numbers that came out. The PPI month over month, which includes food and energy, came in higher than expected, higher than their forecast. And our unemployment claims, our weekly unemployment claims that come out every single Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Last week was 225,000 individuals were applying for EI benefits and seeking work. The forecast was 220,000, a little less than the previous week, and the number came out higher than expected, 229. It's higher than the previous week, and it's higher than the forecast. So more individuals week over week are applying for unemployment benefits, seeking work, out of work. Okay, if this number, that's why it's red. It's not good for the US dollar if more and more and more individuals are applying for EI, and could lead to, when we have high inflation, could lead to a recession. Okay, guys, and then for us during our call right over here, just after 1 p.m., we have our 30-year bond auction. So yesterday we had the 10-year bond auction, and the 30-year is forecasted. Previous was 5.05. So we'll see what the actual number is that comes out. This could be higher than 5.05, and that could start to attract foreign investment into the 30-year or 10-year bond market, because it's safer. Anytime we have war and things like that, maybe some investors like to park their money or investments and buy some US Treasury bonds, and that will strengthen the US dollar and things like that. Okay, so that's our news. Big things are Donald Trump. We have to watch again and see if any breaking news. Normally at this time, he's always tweeting when we're trading, so could cause some erratic trading in the markets. We also have breaking news that just came out from the Pentagon. So the Pentagon has been locked down. Hazmat teams are responding. Fighter fighters are on scene at the Pentagon during a hazardous materials incident. No idea what's going on here. Pentagon spokesperson has confirmed that systems within the Pentagon have detected an air quality issue, and just precaution seeing that. So we'll see what happens with this story as well, what's happening. Okay. And guys, here it is. U.S. wholesale inflation soars to highest since 2022. The surge was fueled by a jump in energy prices after the start of the Iran war. And stocks rise amid Iran tensions, inflation surge. SpaceX is set for its mega debut. They've already released the price here. So today was the pricing. Tomorrow's the actual open. So please be careful. Here it is. SPCX. Do you guys see it right here on the right side of my screen? Space Exploration, SPCX. You can see that they've priced it, what we said in our blog, at $135. Okay, so that will be making its IPO debut tomorrow. So this may go up more, 135, 140, 150, if there's a lot of volume buying, FOMO buying, or it could also just dump down to 130, 125. But you got to remember, read our blog on what this is. These investors, early investors, founders, have been involved in this for multiple years, and this is basically the all-time high, this IPO release. So it's like buying a security at the all-time high, and it could dump if there's selling pressure. These individuals are in the money, and they might want to get out and realize some profit, and then they look for you and I to be their exit liquidity. So please be careful, because sometimes these IPOs, you end up holding the bag for multiple months or years, if it ever does come back. But this one is a little bit different. This is SpaceX. This is not just a Mickey Mouse IPO. So just be careful. Watch it, how it opens, maybe watch tomorrow and then trade, or look at it, chart it next week and see what happens. Okay. And that's exciting. So that will be tomorrow. Trump, we know what he's said, and that's everything in the news. Okay. So let's get into it. Our Discord trade ideas and signals have been on fire today. We sent this sell setup right here to sell NASDAQ right over here. So we're looking for NASDAQ below 28,855, 850. And you can see how it broke down for, it broke down right here. Okay, so it pushed down right there. That was for, you can measure the move and where it's coming down to. And then there's a retracement that comes back up. And then you can see it came back, traded into this zone. And then bearish engulfing candle, bearish ignited candle, and then this candle continued to take out the low. That's a structural candle right there. You could cut that in half with a point of control and continue to see it come down. So That one moved down for over 200 pips. Congratulations to those that took it. That move is pretty pumped, like JB last night. Jalen Brunson was a dog last night. And the New York Knicks overcoming a 29-point deficit and winning it with OG's tip. Unbelievable. Knicks are up 3-1 and can wrap up the series on Saturday night. So unbelievable. Fox blew it. Yeah, Sergio, what was he doing? What was he doing? Like, it just, do you have not any knowledge, basketball knowledge of what you're doing in a situation like that? Why are you taking the shot? Like, just hold the ball, you're going to get fouled, or just dribble the ball out. Like, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a brain fart. It's just one critical mistake could cause them the series. But, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it could be he gambled with Vegas. There's got to be an investigation on that. When you're a professional athlete and you don't know the rules of the game, it's just unbelievable. It's like us trading and we don't know the rules of the game in trading. We can make some big mistakes, okay? So the rules of trading today is when there's high volatility and a lot of intense news, trade smaller. That's the rule of the game, okay? And guys, we do have also with commodities, there was commodities right here. Also a sell set up on gold for almost 300 pips, guys. So we're looking for sells below 4,087, and you can see that the volume breaks, couple impulse moves, comes back up, and then there's where they pin it down. That candle is a beautiful shooting star candle where it came up, spiked the high, equal highs, and then it came back down and closed below. And then you see when it retraces back up, we're still looking for that static level. Then you're barcoding. It happens on our calls too. You got to wait. And sometimes it takes a while for these things to develop. It went black, blue, black, and then started to really push down. So it made lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and new lower lows. So if you got that 300 pips with the NASDAQ one, you could be well on your way to hitting your daily goal anywhere from 100 to 500 pips just by utilizing trade ideas, trade signals that we provide, and can help you with your trading or your charting or analysis. Okay. If you need these guys, we do offer these at SST in the premium plan with everything that we do also offer here. Okay. And thanks everyone for joining. We almost have 300 viewers on YouTube. Excellent. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys, and everyone on Zoom. We appreciate you guys as well. There is a free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. And here it is. You get all of our upcoming links to our live YouTube sessions. Next week, we got some exciting news, giveaways. We have teamed up with the AI Trade Ideas again to give away 1 month of premium for both services and our 1 month of our services. All you have to do, guys, is join this free Telegram. Here it is. Here's the link. And join this AI Trade Ideas Telegram right over here. And we'll announce the winner live on the stream this Friday, so tomorrow. And make sure, but you have to be in both channels in order to qualify and win. So we're going to be giving a lot of giveaways. So we want you guys, everyone, to have a chance to win. And there will be lucky winners every single week. To join SST, like we gave a Lifetime and another one of these memberships last week, and we're going to do the same, okay? Sorry, guys. Yesterday, I know the stream shut off. My internet just crashed out right near the end of the call. I apologize, guys. I hope nothing happens today. So if anything like that happens ever again, that's why you have to hit the notification bell on YouTube. I'll get the Zoom stays up as soon as I get it back up. We're back in Zoom, but YouTube, guys, the feed shuts off and then it's got to start a new one. So make sure you're notified. Hit that notification bell, okay? And here's the blog we did on the SpaceX IPO. I'll go over that more tomorrow during the exciting day. And Dave, what he's doing with all the snipers in the private Zoom calls, and with everything with what all the snipers are doing in the Discord. Okay, so this is the free Telegram. Join this. Big giveaways, and you have all of our information of what we do at SST. Okay, guys, and finally, if you want to join SST, stocksnipertrading.com. We have 50% off promo right now. We love discounting everything, finding that point of control of everything. The code is SST June 50. Use this at your checkout. You can get the trade ideas, trade alerts in real time, Monday to Friday, deep dive analysis with myself and Dave in the Zoom with top-down analysis and live trading, all the education we have through blogs, courses, webinars, boot camps, everything you have full access to, and the Discord private community with all the snipers that you can trade alongside all day, every day. Okay. And here's our live session schedule. Make sure you check this every single Sunday. We update it, but we will be focusing on New York sessions for the entire summer. So month of June, July, August, and going into September will be all these type of pretty much the exact same schedule, unless we have NFPs and FOMCs. And guys, I apologize. It's a bummer. Next week's FOMC, I thought the football game, soccer game between where I'm going in the World Cup was Tuesday. I just thought it was always Tuesday with Panama and Ghana. It's actually Wednesday evening. So we leave early morning to go to Toronto that day. So I will not be able to stream. That's the day I have to cancel, is the FOMC next week, Wednesday. And it's a big bummer because I really wanted to do that with you guys, because that's the first FOMC with the new Kevin Warsh as the chair. It sucks, but it's how many times can you go to a World Cup game? Yeah, I know. Okay, and then the blogs are right over here. Click on more, and here's your blogs. How to trade CPI week we did. Here's your SpaceX IPO blog. Read this, learn more about it. There's a good article. What everyone needs to know, not just about IPOs, but everything regarding SpaceX. Okay, if you're looking to trade it, invest in it, there's a good article right there. Okay, guys, finally, let's get into this. Thank you, guys. If we can all hit the like button right now, it really helps the YouTube algorithm. Just put us to the top and get us trending up there. We really do appreciate it. If you're gaining any knowledge, any value from this channel, if you appreciate and respect what we do here, kindly hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and take your trading to the next level. Okay, so let's get on. We're going to do a top-down analysis on gold. This is how it's trading on the 5 minutes right now. And we'll do the top-down from the daily, hourly, and bring it back down to the 5 minutes. Okay. And welcome everyone on Zoom. Thank you guys. Welcome Nigel. Good afternoon. Welcome Dennis. Thank you for joining. Congratulations on all your success in the Discord. I see what you're doing. Krina, welcome. Arturo, welcome. Mike Farabee, welcome, sir. Yusuf, welcome. Sergio, yeah, Fox blew it. Tony Gold, my man, congratulations, welcome. This is the lucky winner of our lifetime membership when we hit 100,000 subs from YouTube. He was on there every single day, and really appreciative of him, and congratulations. Tony, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Sadet, welcome. Yeah, I'm Albania, so don't say soccer. We got to say football. Football, you're right. Sherry, welcome. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Rob, and let's get started. Please, guys, on YouTube, stop spamming, okay? Please, I'm going to have to put a gentleman in timeout because he just cannot stop spamming, okay? So he's in timeout, and this goes for everyone else on YouTube. One time is all you need to do. 2 times maximum, but 100 times the same question over and over, it's just too much, okay? And you will get timed out and possibly miss out on some action, okay? So let's just learn the rules of YouTube, right? This goes for any channel you go on. It's annoying to anybody. It's annoying for the people in the chat. It's annoying for me. It's annoying for everybody, okay? Let's get into this. Daily. And welcome everyone on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Okay, so look at what's going on. Did our daily candle close below that wick? That is the question of today. Wow. Okay, so before we get down and start analyzing everything that's going on, gold selling off, you guys got to know, we start from the top. The top is up here. This was the all-time high of gold back when we were trading at 5,600 all the way back in the end of January, early February, okay? And since then, lower highs, lower highs, lower high, lower high, a lot of ignited bearish big bar bodies closing, lower highs, another big day, selling day yesterday, backfilling these big wicks, okay? So the sellers are doing their job. Right now, the buyers of gold are not, okay? So we have a zone right here. We've been talking about this for the past few months. Right here is a point of interest, 48.40, and you can make yourself a zone and stretch it into the future. Have we came back up to this supply zone? No. So add an alert at that yellow line if we ever do come back at here at some point in time, okay? So that's above us. That block is created below the all-time high, okay? You see, I'm just now moving my way down. Over here, this was a critical pivot that held support at a double bottom over here. It held support right there. This is during the Christmas time where it flipped from the previous all-time high, turned to support, and that took us to the all-time high. So there was a zone right below it right there. That was the previous all-time high in October of 2025. When I'm stretching this all the way into the future, you can see when volume closed above right there. You can see when you flip it green, it held nice support with big liquidity grab candle. That was the Donald Trump candle where it was going to be Black Monday, and he tweeted everything was a-okay in Iran, and look at where we are now. And he's still saying everything is a-okay in Iran. We've depleted their military. We're going to destroy them tonight, and that's why, look at gold. It tested back here. If everything was good, when it tested right here, it would have bounced here. It would have came down here and would have went back up if everything was lining up properly. But war is continuing to escalate. Iran is not stopping. There's no peace agreements. Israel's not stopping bombing Lebanon. There's no truce. There's nothing. And then now Donald Trump is saying that US is going to get involved as well, and possibly take over their whole oil, just like he did in Venezuela. So I'm not saying this. He said this. Read his tweets. Now, that same zone, we are below it now. So this green zone is not green anymore. This is a potential red zone. So if gold retraces back up to here, it could be now, look, where it was for multiple months was resistance, then it turned to support, then it turned to support. Now the black volume is below, so it is resistance. If it comes back up here, it could go back down, right? If we close above this, you turn it green, then we could start to scale back up to there. But right now, it's very bearish gold. Okay, now what we got to look for is, did we fill that wick? How far down did we get? So let's mark that as a point of interest, that wick right there. And you see, we in fact did close below. This candle yesterday closed right at the lowest point and below that, okay? So that is a structural candle. We're going to find a small point of control off of this one right below this zone, okay? Notice how it opened, ignited, and continued to fill the wick and closed below and filled the previous wick. So that was a massive candle yesterday that the sellers did do their job, okay? Another thing is I'm adding an alert at that yellow line. If it ever comes back up there, I'll be alerted, okay? And a lot of people say, well, Ron, is it coming up there today? No, this could be an alert for next week, next month, next year. If you leave your alert on your chart, there's no expiry date on it. You don't need to delete your chart every single day like me and start a fresh one. You can leave this for every single day. Just modify it, clean it up, get rid of some lines, and this could be your blueprint to success in trading for months and years to come. You can utilize this same thing, okay? So let's follow yesterday's volume. Ignited, came closed right near the low. So what I'm going to do with that candle is, it did close below that big wick. I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool and find the point of control of this big body candle, okay? How do I do it? Drag from the open to the close. You see it's telling me where exactly 50% is of that volume right there. That's 50%. I'm going to add an alert at the 50% line as well. Maybe it will retrace back up today or tomorrow. And that is more within our scope over here. So I'm adding an alert, created it. So I have an alert set at 4,165. And I don't want just 50%. I want the zone of that candle, the POC, the point of control. So there it is right there. That's the zone, the 382 and the 618. You see what I'm utilizing? That zone right there. Now I'm stretching it. There's today, tomorrow, next week. Let's go into July. Let's go into mid-July, right? You can go as far as you want. I can take it through the entire summer. Remember, we're doing the same sessions all summer. So I can go all the way till there's August. How about we go till September, right there, September 1st. Stretch all of our zones to September 1st. So this is where gold could potentially trade this entire summer, right? So you guys know the rules. If it comes back up here, sellers of the point of control of that big body candle could be there and continue to push it down, right? If the buyers close it above, then we could invert that zone green, and then it turns to temporary support to get us back up to that zone. Capiche? Makes sense? Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, now let's continue focusing. So what is this yellow line? Okay, this yellow line came from that wick right there, from Monday, March 23. I can even write that on here. So if you guys really want a detailed top-down analysis, this is more so what you should be doing. So that wick came from Monday, March. Sorry, what was the date? Monday, March 23. So if you want to go back and review, Monday, March 23, that was the low of the day. Okay. So you see, I can place it right here, and you can see I have it right there to the right. So I know when we're coming here what that line is. Okay. So I can do this with all of my lines right over here. So you see this one, this is where we closed and where we opened today. So we closed that big bearish candle and we opened there. 4,070 is our opening price. We can write that here, right here, today's open. Perfect. Okay. Now, when we opened, it was selling. It was the momentum continued to fill that tiny wick, and it popped and it dropped. It was black, 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 black. There's our low of the day, 4,025. Nice psychological supporting level right there. That's my purple line to represent the lowest point of the day. And let's write it on here. Let's continue this theme. This is our low of the day. LOD, you can write low of the day, or we can actually write it. Low of the day. See how nice and fancy you can make your charts look if you invest a little time on the weekend. You can have everything set up. So what happened at the low of the day? It came right back up to the opening balance and flipped, and we made a high of the day. So when we came to buyers, pushed it up, we came back up to that Monday, March 23, which should have been resistance, but you see, it kind of just impulsively broke a little higher, and we got up to there. That's 4,118 is our high of the day, okay? Ron is not at his high of the day yet. He will be later on, but this is the high of the day so far for gold. Ron will smoke some weed later, and then it will be my high of the day. I'm not high right now. I just had a coffee. So let's look right here. When it came to the high of the day, let's talk now facts. Did it test the bottom of the POC? The answer is no. Did it test 50% of the POC? The answer is no. Did it test the top of the POC? The answer is no. So sellers are offering right here and protecting this zone, and they offered and they pushed it all the way right back down to where we're trading basically at the opening balance again. So you can see today's candle so far with 5.5 hours to go is a bullish spin top with indecision, okay? And then just one other thing. If we continue to come back down bearish and continue with this bearish trend, if we come to the lowest price, see here how I have a gray chart. Let's look below this purple line the last time we traded below here and find one more point of interest. See how I'm going backwards, and then now I can see there was some impulse wicks right here. All the way back in November, okay, of 2025, there was a double bottom bounce right there in November and some bullish momentum. So one critical point of interest and a zone you can even have right here is that double bottom right there. And you can even draw a zone. And look at the zone. It's 50% of that bullish candle. See, when you get the hang of this, you're basically doing the same thing over and over. See how it came in? Wick, green zone. Now I can stretch it into the future all the way. Where's the future? The future is today and beyond. There's today. If it comes down there, see the green box lines up. Now let's go all the way. Where did we say? Throughout the entire summer, all the way to September, right there. October, November, December, you can go all the way. Now, see here, I have a big from the purple down to there. Well, there it is. Just like if these were 5-minute candles, same thing. You see where the structure is? Right there, where it came, the second bounce. I could see right there, right at 4,000. It's 4,000 is a level where it caught a lot of wicks right there. See the body? body. It's got like a wick right there at 4,005 and then the wick right there at 4,000. So if we break 4,025, it's got a high probability we're going to come, and there's a ton of pending orders waiting at that psychological level of 4,000. Okay, so that's good enough analysis on the daily. Let's just look at the overall trend right now. Well, I want to say it's bearish right now, the overall trend, but someone's going to say to me, Ron, it's bullish. You're absolutely correct. If we're talking all the way from back here in August, when I had that big rally, it is coming up. So that's a higher low right there. Right here, today is still a higher low, right? But if gold loses this level right here, then this could be the biggest head and shoulder in the history of any head and shoulder. Right there's the left shoulder. You can look at this all-time high, all of that as one big head coming down. Look at it. And if it loses this, right, and that becomes the red box, gold can drop all the way down, all the way right back down to 3,000, 3,200, right down in there. We're nowhere near that. We're now maybe coming down where some buyers want to buy gold if war's escalating again, right back into this little zone in here where we could consolidate, see what Donald Trump is doing for the next couple of weeks, and we could see maybe a bounce on gold. But right now it's consolidating. Okay, so was that clear on the daily analysis? Okay, if that's clear, we have 600 viewers. Hit the like button. If I only see 20 likes and 600 viewers, then you guys didn't understand any of this analysis, and that doesn't help me and it doesn't help you. So if this is clear so far, I need to know, because now I'm breaking this down into the hourly and I'm going to do the same thing. So if this doesn't make any sense to you, the hourly is not going to make any sense to you. And then when we go into the 5 minutes, I'm going to do the same thing. If you don't understand that, it's not going to make any sense to you. So you need to understand this right now, because this could have been hourly or 5 minutes, same thing. But you see what I'm targeting. Do you see my points of interest? Do you see my zones? Okay. And now look at today's candle. It's just a spin top. Now let's continue going to see what I can do. I can go into the 4 hour. I choose personally, I used to go in the 4 hour, but I like the 1 hour, because the 1 hour, it has specific hours of the market that we can talk about. And you got to learn these as well. Okay. Look at the 1 hour now. Okay. Now it moved down. Okay. Yesterday, 10 a.m., big drop. Then we started to drop right near in the end of the day. Then there's where the daily candle opened. There's 6 p.m. There's 7 p.m. Here's the futures market, 8 p.m. So you see right there, there's a wick. That's when it made the low of the day. But you see there's 3 bodies of the hourly candles right here. The 6 p.m. close, the 7 p.m. close, and the 8 p.m. open. You see how we could draw a literal line right there? See what I'm doing? But it's not yellow. Why? Because I'm on that 1H. So I changed the color to white. Anything that's white represents an hourly on mine. Yellow represents daily. You guys know the purple is the high and lows of the days. So see the white line? I'm going to write right there. This was right here. We can even put the time, 6, 7, 8 p.m. yesterday. Okay, so that's where we got. I'm going to look. I'm putting a text. We have hourly support here. Okay, holding so far. Hourly support right here. Okay, and then I can see we came down again, higher low. We came down 8 a.m. That was COMEX. Pushed right back up. We came again down at 10 a.m. just before our call. Again, you see how it's still holding. So you see where we have now these equal wicks right here. This one. Watch what I'm doing, guys. Pay attention. Thursday at 10 a.m. See that wick right there and this wick right here. And you see how it's just above these bodies? So this is where I make my hourly zone. Look at what I'm doing. You guys see that? This man is working magic. Look at that. Okay, so you see how we just now figured out an hourly zone? It's very easy when the candles have already printed. Okay, but this is the hard part. This is where the hardest part of trading is. Look, this is the most hardest part. Analyzing, figuring it out is the easy part. This is the hard part. Stretch it into the future. This is what traders do not understand. They don't understand. If it comes back down in here, it could continue to be a green zone. So at that white line, I'm going to place an alert, right? Look at what I'm doing. The same shit I did on that daily, The same shit I'm doing on the hourly, okay? And now I see it's above this block, and 2 times it's been respected, is right above the lowest point of the day, the purple line. So I can tell that the hourly buyers are supporting the lowest point of the day and building something. So this is what we're building. Look at the one leg that came down right there. Here's our neckline. You can see there's a bodies. This is the neckline, okay? And then now we're coming down again. But you see it's kind of wicked right there. We don't have big bullish engulfing candles printing there. But you see right now it's making a higher low at our today's open right now. See how it's coming in the volume at today's opening price. And now it's pushing back up. So you guys recognize this pattern. It's basically a W with a higher low. So we got to come back up, maybe close above this Monday, March 23 and make this new support to take us to the high of the day and maybe start to travel up to that daily sellers block in the point of control. But sellers could still be here and push this down. We have a lower high at the high of the day, a lower high at 4 a.m., a lower high at 7 a.m., a lower high at 9 a.m., and a lower high right now where they could continue to push us down. Or we could just consolidate and barcode right in this zone right here, in between those two yellow lines. So we've got just buyers coming up, sellers coming down, buyers coming up, sellers coming down, buyers coming up, next hour could be coming back down, right? This is if you want to consolidate and know exactly where we're trading, okay? But I know where we're trading in between these yellow lines. Okay, so does the hourly zone make sense? Does the hourly analysis makes sense? Hit the like button if it makes. We have 618 viewers. That's 618. That's like a sign from the Fibonacci gods. We are at the 618. We honestly have 618 viewers right now. So let's see if we can get it up to. What's the next Fibonacci above 618? Guys, this is where I'm testing you guys. Come on. This should be bang, bang, bang. You should know your Fibonacci ratios without looking it up, without pulling your Fibonacci tool. This is very simple stuff. What's the next Fibonacci ratio above 618? Come on, guys. Come on. Who's got it? 786. Perfect. Yeah, 78.6, 786. So let's see if you guys like the stream, if we can take our viewers up to 786 viewers on this call. And we'll see the laws of we're learning Fibonacci and we're learning how to grow a YouTube channel. So let's see if we can do that, guys. Help support the stream. Let's see if we can get 786 viewers and 100 more subscribers and we hit 101,000. And Ron will do jumping jacks for you guys on today's call. Okay. Now look at what I'm doing. I'm going to break down the daily or the hourly volume into the 5 minutes. Here's where your minds are going to get blown apart. Okay. Look at the now, how neat and tidy the 5-minute volume is trading. There's our hourly green box. There's our low of the day. You can see the 5-minute volume is respecting today's open right now. And we could be traveling right back up to that Donald Trump candle, Monday, March 23, which was a low of the day, and we'll see if it's resistance. There's our high of the day. So even the 5-minute candles, they got some critical. Look at right here, okay? See right here where there's, see body, right around like 50% of that black candle. It came back again. Look at impulse at 945, impulse at 950, impulse at 955, and they pushed it back down. So another impulse. And again, this is now a bullish ignited candle that's breaking through here. It's got jobs to do. It filled that wick. Now it needs to fill these wicks, and maybe it will get rejected at that yellow line if it gets up there. But this is another impulse break candle. It's going to close in 4 minutes. Maybe this might be our first blue candle to close above 4,086 with blue volume, because I see multiple wicks just above there. So let's watch the close of this. See how it came, and it's ignited. Remember, it opened ignited off of this big bullish candle. So just carrying that momentum, broke through, it broke that high, it did its job so far, and then it got rejected, and now it's refueling itself again to continue to come up and maybe fill in these wicks. But we'll see where this thing closes. Okay. And we are on the 5 minutes. If you do like trend lines, you can see it is ascending. Let's see if we ascend right up to that yellow line. Okay. Does that make sense? And then everything I do on the 5 minutes is red lines. You see, there's the red resistance, there's the red 5-minute trend line, and then you can see I have alerts set up at every single one of these locations, the purple line, the yellow line, this yellow line, if it comes all the way down in here. And then too, if we trade above the yellow line, this is where it could potentially go to. Where? Right here. Look at the resistance. That was just a fake breakout right at the high of the day, and then it pushed right back down. So if it fills, let's say, from this yellow line to the red line, well, some of you guys can do math in your head. 4,097 to 107. That's a $10 move in gold. So I know from this yellow line to that red line is exactly 100 pips. If I can't do the math in my head, I get my measuring tape and I measure right up to there. There's 100 pips, right? If it can go to the highest point of the day from there, it's 210 pips, okay? If I'm just scalping and it just goes halfway right up to that body right there and to that support, look, that would be about 64 pips. So I'm not guessing. When I trade, I don't guess. I know exactly. I know it sounds cocky, but I know exactly where it could go. That's what keeps me disciplined, is if it comes and fills up to there, I do something. I either take my stop loss and I go to break even to reduce my capital and be safe. If it comes up there, it could just go right up. You guys have seen multiple times on my calls where it comes right up there and then gets rejected right back down. And then we're humming and hawing why we didn't take 100 pips out of the market. Well, then don't be scalping. Then don't be looking at the lower time frames. Continue to focus on your H4. See, now if I look on my 4-hour candles with what I've created, this is the 4-hour candles. Some of you guys say, Ron, why don't you ever do all the 4 hours? Well, here's the 4-hour candles. They're doing nothing. Look at, they're just inside here, right? Not doing much. The hourly is showing a little bit of more of like a double bottom being created, a little bit of more of a pattern we recognize. If you look on the 15 minutes, this is the 15s. So we don't have, this could be our first as well, 15-minute candle. That's going to close above here right now, 50 seconds. I could stay on this 15-minute candle and let's confirm if we get some 15-minute volume, but it's not like a structural candle. It didn't close above all of this structure to the left. It's just closing maybe above this minor resistance, okay? And then when we look at it on the 5 minutes, this is what it looks like on the 5 minutes. And then guys, finally, if you want to complement your analysis with indicators, okay, you can add your 9 EMA. You can see the green line is the 9 EMA. It's considered to be like a trend line. We are above it right now on the 5-minute short-term volume. That's considered bullish. Short term. Our 200 EMA is right there. Look at the purple line. We're trading right at the 200. You see right here, with those 3 wicks during 945, 950, and 955, all got rejected right at that big purple 200 EMA. It got rejected right there. And again, it got rejected. So are we going to get some blue volume closing above the purple like resistance to EMA in the first time? The last time we closed above it was all the way right over here. Thursday at London, 315. That was London market, and it retraced back down. So let's see. This is like a big cloud coming over. And look at it. It rejected it again and pushing it down. So now it could be coming to retest this red line. That was resistance. It might be support going forward unless it pushes through a little more, and then we wait for a pullback. Okay. The daily bar indicator. This is how it looks on the 1 hour. We're using the 1 hour. So I can see right there when the 1 hour opened, when we opened our call at 11 a.m., it came down and look at what it retested. It retested today's opening balance, and a lot of respect was there. The opening buyers were there protecting it. They had the volume. They're pushing it up. This is all bullish hourly volume, and this hourly candle is going to close in 14 minutes. Okay, so it's a very strong hourly bullish candle right now. It's trading right at the high. Maybe it's got enough momentum to test this daily yellow line. Okay, so, and then one other, like if you want to continue to add subchart indicators, some of you guys use this RSI indicator. You can see it's above the 50. Anything below 0 or below 30 is oversold. Anything when it gets around 70 is considered overbought. We are now at 61, 62, which is can continue to push through here, but we are above 50, so it is considered to be in a zone of strength and could continue. And if the pullbacks hold up, we could respect the trend line. We could respect 50% of these bullish candles. More importantly, the opening. Okay. If you are in a trade right now, I don't know if you're selling, if you're buying, or whatever you're doing, but I'm just looking right now. I just finished my analysis. I need to check my spreads. And guys, we have I think 800, what did we say? 768. We have 820 viewers. So we got right to that next Fibonacci retracement. What's the next one above 786? What's the next level above 786 on a Fibonacci? Nobody knows? 1,000. Yeah. Yeah, 1,001. It's not, it's just from the retracement from 0 to 1, but 88, 88.6, 88. And we'll do an analysis of NASDAQ also in just a moment. We'll wait till like noon. We'll just watch gold right now because there's going to be a move coming up at noon. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll do NASDAQ today. Yesterday we did the Dow, today NASDAQ. And then tomorrow when we come back, we'll do US30. We'll flip every single day with NASDAQ Dow, but we'll keep gold on every single call to keep everyone satisfied. How's everyone's day going? How's everybody doing? Everyone excited. 3 p.m. Mexico, South Africa kick off the World Cup. And later game tonight, I think it's in LA. It's a 10 p.m. game. Czechia, if I believe correct. Who do they play? Shit. Czechia, South Korea. South Korea. Those are today's kickoff games. Canada tomorrow against Bosnia, 3 p.m. And USA at 9 p.m. against Paraguay. What a way to kick off the World Cup. Alex, you all love gold. Yes, we know that. We're all gold diggers here. Do I know Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Yeah, he's one of my favorite football players of all time. I love Ibrahimovic. Man, he's a dog on the pitch. I'm going to grow my hair like him. Do I trade every day? Yeah, yeah, I got no life. I trade every day. But I'm very selective with my trades. Some days, if the volume's not good, I will walk away. I have the discipline to do that. But yes, I trade every day. We're live here with you guys every single day. Okay, and we're 10 minutes away from the 1 hour. So this is our hourly candle. Still looking pretty bullish. Okay, so remember, guys, that yellow line, you guys know where I got that from. Monday, March 23. That was the previous low of the day. So I'm going to come back to the daily to show you where I got this with that line from. Okay, so this big wick, if you follow that wick right there, that's where the yellow line is. That's where it came all the way back up. So you see, yesterday we closed below it. So there it is. There's that yellow line right now. That's what we're trading at. Okay, so what I want to see now is it going to be resistance to continue to hold the volume down, or on the small volume, 5 minutes, are we going to close above it and make it temporary support to maybe potentially get us up to that red line or to today's high of the day? Okay, so that's what I'm watching. And we place more emphasis on the yellow lines than any other line on our chart. Why? Because those are daily points of interest. Okay, so you see it came, it filled those prior wicks. Okay, it came right up there just below the yellow line, and there's a seller that's rejecting it back down. Yeah, we can call it Donald Trump speaking BS LO day. If you guys remember that, we were trading it live that Monday morning. I remember it vividly. We started the call just at 6:55 a.m. Eastern, because we go Mondays 7 to 10. And as we were just going through our news, it was a big black candle that was trading all the way down there from the futures market, from the European market, from coming all the way down there. And at 7:03, you guys can go back and verify it. We did live. 7:03, Donald Trump tweeted. The tweet was, everything was perfect. The war is over in Iran. The Strait of Hormuz is open. Oil is flowing. Life is good. And the market rebounded that big black selling day. And you guys see how big the rejection wick is. And you guys see it created a double bottom there the following week, which took us to the high prices. And now we're coming all the way right back down. Yesterday, we filled that entire wick because maybe the markets are calling BS on that. There's no end to this. There's no peace. War's escalating. He even said today it's going to go crazy. Tonight, we're going to take over everything and continue. Right here, where was it? On the Forex Factory, right here. Trump will be hitting Iran very hard tonight. We will assume total control of their oil markets, much like we have in Venezuela. He's telling you exactly what they're doing. One thing, like, I hate this guy, but one thing is he tells you exactly what they're going to do. So he doesn't hide. He's not hiding anything. He's telling you they're going to hit them very hard tonight in capital letters. Like, if you don't, he's threatening. So he's threatening them. So look at that. That was a big blue candle, blue, 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 just right below. Look, equal high with that wick. That's why I'm always looking at wicks and drawing lines. Someone will say, Ron, why do you have all these lines? Well, that was a previous high right there at 7:30, and you see it came right up to there again, and it's basically equal and did not do its job to come up higher, and now the sellers are there rejecting it back down, okay? So that's why I have sometimes a lot of lines on my chart. Some new people come in here and say, Ron, what are all these lines? They might not mean anything to you if you just walked in here 5 minutes ago, but these mean a lot to me. This is how I trade for the past 20 years. And I can tell you, they do respect these levels. And then they're easy to trade off of as well. Like, if it comes up here, you see how it's selling down. If it closed blue above, it could have came down and it could have been support to continue to take us back up to there. That's it. There's no secret to this, no trading strategy secrets. It's just watching. Now you see, they came up there to the buyers. You had your opportunity to scale out and take some profit, but I know you wanted more and you wanted more and you wanted more. But this is a daily point of interest. That's an important level. And you see now it retraced all the way back down. And look at now what we're retesting this, and we're going into noon in the next 4 minutes. So you see how things can reverse real quickly. That's why when you're trading or scalping, you have to be a very disciplined trader. You have to be the most disciplined person. You have to be the most disciplined trader. To scalp 1, 3, 5, 15-minute candles, I can't teach you discipline. You got to learn discipline. Swing traders, they don't give a shit about this because they're holding for gold to over the weekend to go next week back up here. They're not worried about this. They think we're crazy how we're sitting here watching this. They've already placed their trades and they're on with their day and they're holding it for the next 3, 4, 5 days. Not worried about us looking at spreads, looking at wicks, looking at equal highs. But if this was 4 hours, it would be doing the same thing, right? If a 4-hour move, and I was in this from last week, and let's say it was coming up, I was holding this all Monday, this was Tuesday, this was Wednesday, this was Thursday, and this is like a monthly yellow line, and the swing traders don't respect that as well, then you could watch all your pips go back down and your swing trade just dissolve. Guys, thank you guys so much. Please, if we can hit the likes and subscribe, we're going to get this to 100 and 1,000. I got no doubt about that. We can get 40 more subs today and hit the likes, and brings good luck to us here at SST, and maybe will bring us a trade. And then I'll do NASDAQ. Give it 5-10 minutes just after noon. Let's just watch what gold does going into 12 p.m. and then we'll do a nice thorough analysis on NASDAQ as well. Timmy, you can't wait till this is over. You need better movement. I don't know when this is going to end. Like it's escalating. It's escalating. It's not ending. We thought it would be ending, but it's actually escalating. So markets are going to get very, very volatile. Okay. So if you thought they were volatile the last month, they're going to get extremely volatile. If really, really, really US gets involved in this war, markets are going to really, really fluctuate. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of traders that blow up their accounts. There's going to be a lot of traders that do a lot of stupid things. This is the time, but nobody listens to me. This is the time to decrease your risk, lower your sizing, decrease how many trades you take, wait for high probable setups. This is the time to learn this, because if you don't learn it now, and I'm not going to say anything. You will see for yourself. Okay. Maybe a lot of you guys have not traded through like intense news, breaking news, war, big whipsaw action in these metal securities or oil. Okay, so we're closing now in 45 seconds. A new hourly candle will be opening. Okay, so if we look at the 1 hour, okay, so we're still building, strong candle. See where the resistance is? At that yellow line. Okay, it got rejected there at 5 a.m. It got rejected at 7 a.m. It got rejected at 9 a.m. just below it. It just got rejected right now, but still could hold positive volume to continue at noon to try and fill and break through there. Okay, so that's what we got to watch for on these lower time frames on the 5 minutes. So you see now it's still holding this red line as support. It was resistance, couple impulse. We got blue volume holding, and now it's holding as support. Okay, so let's watch at noon now what will happen. Here's the noon open. How did they open it? So technically right now for the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it was bullish ignited. Let's see if it continues to hold. No, it just lost it. It just flashed black. So when it flashes black, sellers are still here. They could take it down that wick, but it's still holding. So it's still inside here, could flag blue, black, blue, and continue to fill that wick and try and break that high of that yellow line. Okay. Okay, so far very strong bullish candle, but it's got to get a lot of volume to continue to backfill that big wick right there. So let's see, it's coming up. Maybe it will get a lower high and come back down. If it can continue to fill that wick, it's got a high probability it will touch or break that yellow line. So that's interesting. What is my trading strategy? It is a top-down analysis and trading from a zone to a zone or a line to a line. That's it. That's what the strategy is called. Price action trading. Figuring out higher levels of support and resistance. And adding alerts and waiting for volume to come to these locations and patiently waiting and using proper risk management and trade management while trading and not over leveraging, not over trading, not trading on impulse, waiting for structure to break, resistance to flip to support, for support if I'm selling to turn to resistance. Okay, so you see it came up and back down, okay? So if I was to just draw like a red zone at that yellow line, maybe I'll go just a little bit above it and just a little bit below it, like right there, to capture that wick and that wick and that wick. And just so we can see here, coming across right there, that previous wick traded right into it, and we're right here, okay? So that's what this 5-minute volume is battling. And we know that that was Monday, March 23, the low of the day. Guys, thank you guys so much. We have 1,000 viewers on our call. Thank you guys. See, when you guys hit the like button and subscribe, we get more, we trend and we get more and more and more and more visitors and more traders. And we do really, really appreciate it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. This means a lot to us, that you guys are with us. A lot of you guys have been with us every single day for the past couple weeks and months and maybe years. And we're picking up new traders from around the world. So thank you guys. It means a lot to us at SST. Thank you. All the hard work we put into this channel for the last 6 years, it's actually paying off, and it's nice to see. Thank you guys. And we're going to have a lot of giveaways for you guys, okay? We want to give away free memberships to SST, the AI trade ideas. But here it is to everybody. Please just, I know it sounds like a sales call, but it's not. This is a free Telegram channel for you guys. It's pinned at the top of YouTube. If you guys sign up for this is why I keep mentioning it. You sign up for this, the free Telegram with SST and the free Telegram with the AI trade ideas. We're giving giveaways every single week on our calls now. Friday's tomorrow's giveaway. We gave 2 winners last week, and we want to give a couple winners this week. So it's for you guys, not for me. It's for you guys. We want to give free stuff to you guys. So just please, follow the rules. That's it. Everybody has these things where you got to subscribe, this, that. Just follow those things, and you're in the draw. Because if you win and don't follow that, then you won't qualify. So we don't want that to happen. Okay, so you see now it's still coming down. So now we're going to test again this minor support. So now maybe it could break down here and then come back up, and then gold could sell back down to maybe today's open. Okay, so let's see. It's testing right in here. Again, I don't like trading these type of candles. It's too much consolidation. What is the giveaway? It's explained clearly on the free Telegram right there. There's the giveaway. Just read it and you'll know exactly what it is. Okay, so this is where the volume has decided to basically consolidate right now, right in here. You can call it a flag, you can call it consolidation, you can call it a range, you can call it what you want, okay? And if I was to even just really, really, really consolidate it down to the bodies of volume, I could bring it right down to there. And then that looks like an impulse and an impulse. Now we got another blue candle making its way back up and building. Okay, and in about 5-10 more minutes, we're going to do NASDAQ analysis. So for all of the tech traders out there that want to see NASDAQ, we'll do a top down as well on that. Okay, so it's coming in. Pentagon's lockdown is over. It was due to a false alarm. Okay, so that breaking news regarding the Pentagon and hazmat that happened earlier here at 11:05, it's just a false alarm, and it's over. Do I consider wicks when drawing trend line and support and resistance? I do consider them, but I'm more concerned about the body of the volume. Okay, the real body is the real truth of the volume. The wicks are important, they show the range, but the body of volume is the most important. That's why when I'm figuring out the point of control, I don't place the Fibonacci from the low wick to the high wick. I place it from the opening balance to the closing balance. And we also have the 30-year bond auction coming in at 1:01 p.m. today, right over here. That's in about 50 minutes, 55 minutes. The 30-year bond auction will be coming in. Okay, so it's still bullish, coming right through here. Going to continue to fill the wicks. I'd like to just see what will happen if it can spike this yellow daily line. Okay, because there is some liquidity above there. Okay, I like to show liquidity like this. Liquidity is like money in the markets. It's money up there but the market might like to come and grab it. And then we see what happens up there. Will it close in the money up there? Will it get rejected back down? Will it be a fake out? Will it be a liquidity grab? Come up there. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing just real quick. Okay. We'll do an analysis on this, but it's coming back up to test the 10 a.m. high up here, maybe. Potentially could be a double top. How's everyone's trading going today? Do we have anyone that's hit some profit? Do we have anyone that's maybe at a daily goal? Or is it a bad day for some of you guys? Tell Unc what's going on. How's your trading day? Positive, Shay? My man. First, positive comment. I love it. Rob, 30-year bond auction in 50 minutes. Yep, that's coming up very soon. Successful, Mike. Amazing. Dennis, working on third daily goal. Holy shit. Guys, you guys are killing it in Zoom. Unbelievable. This is awesome. This is awesome to see, guys. What's going on YouTube? Profits, lifestyle? My man, good job. Just got funded, Jack. Congratulations. Rusan, you're in a $10,000 loss. That's a substantial loss. We need to work on sizing. You've been in a loss for 3 days. Best of luck. So what you need to do is stop trading and review the past 3 days of having losing trades. Let's learn from it. Let's not just now just trade to just trade. You've had 3 consecutive losing days. The market is telling you something. Either your analysis is off or there's some things that you need to work on. There's things that you need to improve, right? That's how you'll get better at trading. Joseph, profits. Good job. Rob did not do so much today so far. That's okay. It could be a learning day. Alex, amazing. Nothing today, but made 2.5 yesterday. That's okay. You had an excellent day yesterday. Nothing today. You didn't lose anything. You didn't win anything. You're still carrying over your 2.5% from yesterday, and maybe tomorrow will be a better day, and we can make that into 3.5, 4% going into the weekend. So don't force anything. That's how you're building your account. Continue to look for those high probable setups. Let the trade come to you. Excellent, guys. And I see that some of you guys lost. Cascadu, you're at break even. That's fine. Break evens are a learning day. You didn't win, you didn't lose. I look at break evens as positive days as well because you didn't lose any money. So there's got to be something positive about it. It sucks to be on a break even day. Sometimes you're in the money and then you get back, but but you got to take it with your mindset that you didn't lose anything. Okay. Okay, now we're getting something serious. We're getting a first blue candle breaking now above this, which we haven't done since we were trading above here, right there on that candle at London, 315. Okay, so since 10 a.m. this morning, 10:10, we've retraced all the way back up to almost London's highs, all the way back to Europe. Okay, so let's see. Is this going to be an impulse? Volume close candle with confirmation. Right now it's breaking. Okay, so grabbing some liquidity up there. Let's see what the final verdict is when it closes in 2 minutes. Rob, dollar is at 100 right now, psychological 100. Yeah, money could be coming in, Rob, due to the 30-year bond auction. That's what I was saying, guys. We have to be careful because we got the 30-year bond auction coming up in 45 minutes, and it's set at 5.05. So that's attractive for foreign investors to when there's war, when there's no stability in the markets. Maybe now smart money will flock to buy US Treasury bonds, park their money there, guaranteed principal, and get 5% interest on your money, which is good. It's not great, but investors like that. They like to park their money safe in the US Treasury bonds. This is not just investors, this could be foreign countries around the world that want to now start to protect their currency with the US dollar, because the US dollar is the global reserve currency. So we could see more money coming into US, strengthening the US dollar, and that's why it's trading at right now 100, the DXY. So it's right at parity. And DXY, guys, a lot of people just think it's just the US dollar. It's a basket case of the US dollar, how it's paired against all of the major currencies around the world. So it's paired, the US dollar, how it's paired against the euro, the British pound, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar. And about 60 to 70% of that weight is with the euro. Okay. So what is the euro doing? What is, does anyone know what the euro USD is doing right now? What is it trading at? If you're traveling to Europe to exchange your dollars, you got to buy euros. Are you getting good? What is it relative to the American dollar? Down, right? Because the US dollar is gaining more exposure. It's getting more traction. Okay, so we did close above this now. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping this zone to a potential area to look for buys on pullbacks. Okay, so it's continuing to drive, broke through there. So if we pull back, we could be retesting this yellow level. Okay, so maybe now what we got to see is we're not too far away from the high of the day. This was London's high, like you can see 405, 410. And so if I just move this red line right up to there, you can see that London came down just prior to the highest point of the day. So now we're getting another bullish move. So let's see what happens up here. Everyone's saying, run, when should I sell? When should I sell? Well, let's see what develops up here, because we're getting into an interesting level. This was like London's high and the high of the day, okay? And then if we scale back down, we could look to potential buy some dips on gold down in here. Euro USD is at 1.15. Yep. Okay, so there's another big rejection. Could be coming down to retest. We're getting a golden crossover on the 9 EMA crossing above the 200. Okay, so some of you guys use your indicators as signals. That's a bullish signal. So maybe we wait for a pullback to come back down and test this yellow line again. Yes, guys, please don't spam the chat. Okay, and then we'll also do NASDAQ in just a moment, okay? I'm just reading some some things on Bloomberg over here. Trump is furious that his strikes on Iran aren't being seen as powerful enough. Okay, so Trump could get those strikes coming very powerful tonight. Or they might call him out on his bluff again. Like, he's been called out on his bluffs from multiple countries all the time. He talks a big game, but then he backs off. And the markets don't like that because, you know, they're reacting to what's going on and then he backs off. But that's what creates like choppy trading. Okay, so now we're coming back down to retest. Okay, so it got rejected. It came up, got rejected below London's high over here, below the highest point of the day. Now we're coming back down. So let's see if this is going to be a fake out or an actual solid retest, because it could come up here, like I said, come up, grab the liquidity, come back down and close below here. Then that zone goes back to red, and then we could be selling back down. Okay, so this is coming now for the official retest. Here it is. It's trading in the yellow line right at that zone with 90 seconds to go. So let's see how this candle is going to close. So if you wanted a retest, like, you know, you don't always have to FOMO by the high. If you wait patiently, see how it came right back down. And we're trading at 4,100 psychological levels, right at these like bodies right here, 4,102, 4,100. Okay, so we're at that psychological level. 40 seconds to go. It's trading back in here. It could just barcode here. It could be blue, black, and next candle could open blue right inside this green zone and continue to drive. But if it closes below, I'm going to flip the green zone back to red, and then we could scale back down maybe to this trend line and test this 5-minute support, and we'll see if it holds or potentially breaks. Okay, so now things are getting interesting. And look at the size, measure the size of these like candles. These are 100, 150 pip candles. So if you think you're going to trade with a 20, 30, 50, 75 pip stop loss, you got to be careful. Okay, we closed right at it. Okay, so now it's opening blue. Okay, so flagging. This is a flag. I'm just checking my spreads, guys. 1 second. I'm just going to check my spreads. I might be entertaining a trade. Let's go, just pull this up 1 second. Gold spread I have is 1.0 going down to 0.5. That's what I like. 0.5. Perfect. Okay, so let's see if we get a black candle, come back down and close below here, because it could just hover here. It could come down, pick up a wick at this 9 EMA, right at the open of this 1210 candle, maybe at that 200 EMA, maybe right in here and come back in. So let's just verify to see if this is an actual fake out and can close with volume below here. And then we can turn our green box back to red and maybe catch further selling pressure. If you want to enter on this candle, you can, but it didn't officially close below the yellow line or the zone. So I got to wait for this candle. Okay, so there's a big drop there. It came down. Let's see if it now catches a wick and will come back up. Look at the hourly candle, how it's changed the momentum. Remember how big and bullish it was? And now got rejected and coming down. So this is the opening balance of the 1 hour candle, 4,088, which is right here, just right below, right here, this candle, 1205. So we want to see if it will hold some support, come back in, or is it going to close below here? And maybe we could exhaust this hourly volume and then really break down. However, if it holds wick, support comes back in here, then we could continue driving bullish, maybe attempting London's highs and maybe the high of the day. The opening balance is holding, yeah, 4,088. We're about 40, 50 pips away from it to test it. What is the yellow line? You can see, I wrote to answer your questions. This one down here is today's opening price. And this one right here, it was Monday, March 23. Go to your chart and go to the daily and pull up Monday, March 23. And that will show you exactly what this yellow line is. That's why I wrote it in big letters, so everybody could see. It's right there, guys. You just got to take 10 seconds, go to your chart and look at the daily and go to Monday, March 23, and you'll know exactly the importance of this yellow line. Okay, so now it's big bearish candle pushing down. Okay, so this is a fake out up here. Okay, so they fake that move out. They grab some liquidity up there, and now look at this. They flip the hourly candle. So let's see. Now you got a left shoulder ahead with the liquidity grab. So I'm going to assume in 30 seconds that this candle is going to close below here. So you see the green zone, I'm already making it green, or sorry, red, to maybe look for, if it comes back up, to sell it back down. There's the fake out. This could be a black structural candle. If it closes below all of this, 2 candles have engulfed these and can close below, that would be a candle worth cutting in half, finding point of control, maybe selling off of that if it pulls back up. Look at the hourly candle, how it's flipped now. With 3 seconds to go into the close, it could close right near the low. Okay, so if I'm just cutting it in half, it's not a structural candle, did not close below. Okay, so now it's ignited, coming back up. Let's see, and then maybe we have to continue to sell it down. Okay, if it pops, it's got no wicks to, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go in a sell. I'm going to place my stop loss above the yellow line and above the red zone. Okay, so my stop loss is just basically above this candle at 1220. And I'm going to see if the sellers can push it back down to the opening balance, back down to this yellow line. Okay, so my stop loss is above this yellow line and my target is the next yellow line. Okay, but this candle needs to close below to break the trend line and then create some momentary resistance. We flipped the hourly candle. It is a bearish pin bar. Hopefully we can turn into a shooting star and continue coming down with some selling pressure. And maybe we come and test maybe somewhere into here. We got to respect this level as well, 4,075.76, because if it comes down here as well, it could bounce there, right at 50% of that bullish candle because there's a wick, and a wick there. So if it does come down, could find some wicks there as well, okay? So when I'm measuring the move from my entry to that red line, that would be about 100 pips, 90 to 100 down there. That's where I could reduce my risk substantially, maybe take out 80%. However, the full target would be the yellow line. That would be about 160 pips down there. Okay, so let's see what happens with this. So already in the money, like if you want a quick scalp for 30 pips, some traders like 30 pip scalp and they're out, okay? But you see, I'm looking for a bigger move. But when you're in 30, 40, 50 pips in profit, if you want to take your stop loss and just be below the red line, then you're reducing your risk substantially. You don't need to leave it open like this when you're in the money a little bit. But let's see what we get here. I'm going to wait for the official close of this candle. But if it goes 50 pips, then, 50, let's target where 50 would be. Right there would be about 50. That's when you can reduce risk. Like 50 would be coming down to 4,081. Come on. We should get it down to 50. And we've got 2 more minutes to go on this candle. Okay, so it's found the bottom at 4,082 and 40 cents. Coming back up, we got to watch where this volume will close. Entries at 4,086.37. Yeah, right around there. Right there. When it was breaking down, there's no, just filling those wicks, that's when I entered. We have the nice hourly push candle that we want. We just got to bid down into the 4,080 and 79 location. We haven't pulled back up yet. And we're closing in 1 more minute. So we're right back down, trading at the lowest point of our candle. Let's see if we can push for a new low a little further. There's 50 pips. 1 more push to 50. So I'm going to take my stop loss now and just be right above that red line, okay? Because I'm at 50 pips now. So I've reduced my risk. From there, remember where I was? So my risk just got reduced, okay? Because I'm in the money. So I just, remember I was above there? So I just reduced my risk by 65 pips, okay? I can go to a break even if I like right now, because now it's moving down to 60 pips. But let's see if we can get it, to 90, 100 before we go, because it could return right back up, okay? So we're going to cut this one. We're going to bring our red line back down to represent 50% of this. Okay, you guys can do what you want, okay? It's a good move right now. We're in the money. Okay, so we close, bearish ignited, no wick. Let's see if we just drop down. Just a little further drop down. We got our bearish ignited candle. Let's see if we can hold 50% if it comes back up. See what I'm doing? I'm cutting the candle in half, 50%. If it comes up blue, maybe we find a wick there. Hopefully it's a shallow pullback because we got that ignited open with no wick. And then just some selling pressure to come through on this hourly candle without coming up blue. Let's see if we get it quickly. Come on. No, it's blue now. Okay, and please guys, manage your trade. That was a 75 pip drop. I normally would be pipping and dipping out of that candle. I'm just trying for the life of me to hold some trades on these calls by managing risk. We all want 100, 200 pip moves, but there's nothing wrong with 75. You guys are at break even? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You have nothing at risk. That's good. Okay, worst case scenario, it hits you at a break even. Hit the likes, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you understood. If you're in the money right now. Oh man. Okay, so you see how it's coming up, maybe to test where I cut it at 50%. Let's see if we can continue to maintain, hold it down. But this is the support we got to break. If we can break this, then we can easily travel back down to the opening balance. But there's buyers that are still holding it up to protect today's opening balance. So here's the 50%. There will be where I entered. That would be a BE, and that's where my stop loss is. So, but it was up there, but I reduced it with that black candle. If it can continue to break down, then I'm going to break even myself and potentially going to start to scale out. So we've retested 50%. We got a wick there. That's good. Now, can we continue to offer this blue volume and then continue to break it down? So you see where the retest is? Exactly where I placed that red line where I cut it in half. Okay, that's showing you the power of like 50%. Will it hold? There's still 2.5 minutes to go, but initially it is holding right now. But you can see when it comes down how strong the body of volume is, and then it's coming back up. Okay, if we can hold it down here and consolidate down here, maybe we can flag in here and then more offers will come in to really push this thing down. But there is support. It's not easy to break supporting levels. Boom, you got your daily goal off table. Runner can do what it likes. Nice, good. Tony, you made today's goal. Congratulations, good for you. Good for you guys. So it was a fake out. Like, you know, when I had that, where I showed you where they grabbed the liquidity, now we can verify and see. They came up here, like back test it, check it, 12.10, 12.15, they grabbed all this liquidity, and then when it came down to the retest, right there it held, but you know when it went blue, 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 it didn't come back in, and then that candle really broke down. Some of you guys maybe entered on this candle. That was good entry as well, but I waited. See, I got in on this one. Okay, so you see it's still strong, blue candle, trading right around that 50%. Okay, so now coming back up, okay, to remember the opening balance are strong on candles as well. The opening balance, that's my entry. I'm not at a break even yet. I have my stop loss still there. Should you sell now? No. I wait for this body to close. This could be a bullish engulfing candle, close strong, and then come right up here. Wait for it to close. See how it will close. Is there going to be a sharp rejection? Okay, 20 seconds to go. So remember the opening balance is, I always mention, is more important than just 50%. The opening balance. Okay, so far the opening balance is rejecting that high volume up there. Okay, where can they close it? If it closes above 50%, I give the benefit of the doubt to the buyers on this candle, because then it could come back down and use it as, so I give the benefit of the doubt that the buyers were strong on that candle because they closed above 50% of the black one. But this one, off of the momentum, open black. So you see now how it's utilizing the red line as support. So if the sellers can continue to break down that, we'll come down, test the opening balance of the blue candle. But you see now how it got a wick? It's the benefit of the doubt goes to these buyers. Okay, so it's holding. But when it came back up, you see it's holding the opening balance of this black candle. It's like an ignited candle, still trying to hold and break down. So this is the big fight now, 4,083. There's where it's holding support. Now the buyers, remember the job that they have to do is bring it back up that wick and create a new high. We'll see if it's a lower high, and sellers are continuing to push it down. So it's like right at where I entered the trade. And you see why pipping and dipping is so important. I just pissed away 75 pips. Utter stupidity. Utter stupidity. Why? Because I want a bigger move. I want 100. I want 150. I want 200. I want 300. And I just pissed away 75 pips. The trade is not over, but I'm just saying, guys, you see how a scalper's mindset is just like single bar candles trading. Like this one, my entry candle did everything I wanted. But now when you hold, you got to go through things like this. But one thing I did was I didn't feel comfortable leaving my stop loss all the way up there. So I reduced it to 50% of this candle. Take partials is very, very important. Very important. Just you can continue to put money in your pocket. That's why I have that 80-20 rule. But for some reason, I don't follow it on these live sessions. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out with myself. I need to speak to a psychologist. If there's any psychologists on the call that's a certified, please hit me up and ask me, Ron, why do you not do this when you're live on YouTube? Okay, but we still have a lower high intact, lower highs, just consolidating right here. We're in a choppy zone. Am I looking for a sell? No, I'm already in the sell. Okay, and then our hourly candle, okay, still has some bearish volume. There's the open 4,088. We're still holding some black volume. So all we needed on the short time frames is just to come back down, maybe close below this red line. We can make the red line resistance to continue to push down. Okay, so we got a lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We're below the 90 EMA. We're below the trend line. We're below the 200. Still looking good. Good barcode, black, blue, black. Closing in 90 seconds. Let's see if the sellers can bid it back down to 4,080. Okay, so it would be nice if we can close black volume below that red line again. So we can make it temporary resistance so that we can maybe flush these buyers on this candle and then take out that wick and then easily drop down to 100 pips. That would be no question. Guys, I said we were going to do a top down on NASDAQ, but we got caught up in this trade. I will do NASDAQ, but let's just see what happens with this trade here. And we got the bond auction, the 30-year bond auction coming up in 20 minutes. And that's going to provide volatility too. So I'd like to be out of this trade going into that bond auction. Or just holding a runner. Okay, so we did close temporarily below that red line. So let's see if we get a wick here now to use it as what I was saying, temporary resistance, right? Okay, so there is a tiny wick, but let's see if we can take out this opening because it's an ignited blue candle. You guys know the strength of ignited candles. Okay, so it didn't take it out yet. Opening balance is stronger. We're just consolidating sellers, buyers, sellers, buyers. Gold is choppy. It's not the greatest to be trading it this time, but I'm trying to make the best of it. Okay, so we got another lower high. Volume is still, transacting right at that red line, 4,083 and 30 cents. See if we can push break this ignited bar, then we can fill that wick and then travel right back down to the opening balance of this blue candle at 4,079 and 50 cents. So sellers are here offering lower highs. Perfect. Let's just take out that opening balance, flip the candle black, take out that wick, and travel right down, back down to the open of this candle. We're in this tough range. All we need is a nice new lower low come in the markets. We got the lower highs above us. We got our hourly candle, nice and bearish. It's a pin bar, but I like my hourly volume to trade back down to the low and break. And we got a new 15-minute candle coming up in 2.5 minutes. No. RJ for life. When I trade Forex, do I use a stop loss or DCA, dollar cost average method? No, I don't dollar cost average. I only dollar cost average in the stock market if I'm buying securities like Apple, Nvidia, and things like that. No, I trade with a stop loss with Forex. No way do I dollar cost average this shit. Country is the IPO live tomorrow. Right now they announced the pricing. The pricing that is $135. Tomorrow is the actual open and trading. For SpaceX, tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to IPO at $135 per share. But just be careful because, but there's a lot of anticipation for this one. It could open and go, but a lot of founders are looking for exit liquidity and early investors. So you just got to be very careful. I would let Friday just trade out and review it over the weekend and see next week. Give it a week. It's going to be around for a long, long time. You don't need to buy it right away the first 1 minute, right? Okay, we got a good flip, guys. We got a great flip going into the close, last 30 seconds. Let's see if we can push now. And really, we got our shooting star candle. Okay, so we want to target the opening balance of this blue candle back down to 4,079 and 50 cents. Okay, so that was a nice flip of the candle. Remember, it was holding bullish ignited for the first 4 minutes, holding it, but we have our lower high intact. Now let's see if we can redistribute volume going into the next 15-minute candle. So this is a big battle between the buyers and sellers right through here. The buyers are not allowing it to break and sellers are not allowing it. So we did close with a pin bar. Again, it's opening blue, 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 new 15-minute candle. So can we continue to utilize this red line as the temporary resistance to continue to push this thing down? So you see how I'm utilizing the same static red line, how it came based off of this big black candle where I just cut it in half. Okay, so it's a strong 15-minute candle open. Okay, good rejection. Again, you guys know the job of a candle. We got to take out the opening balance, which we just did. Now, continue to fill our wick. Come down what Unc is saying to the opening balance of this blue candle. And then as soon as we fill that wick, we're driving down, test this previous point of control area on this 5-minute body at 11:05, right when we started the call. So let's see if we get that full retracement. Come on. We just need this hourly volume to just start coming down from the higher time frame. And then we can grab some healthy profit down there, potentially 100 plus pips. But these buyers are stubborn right in here. And then it's a spin top candle right now, mixed reaction. Sellers are selling, they brought it down here, buyers are buying, bringing it back up, and we're virtually right back to the opening balance with buyers and sellers fighting for the position. Guys, hit the likes on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We do this every single day with you guys. If you're new to the channel, watch a couple of our live videos, learn how to do the top-down analysis. I pretty much do the same analysis every single day. And once you get the hang of it and you learn it, you can understand how my strategy works of trading. Give us a like and a subscribe, guys. Let's see if we got 101. Yes, thank you so much. We hit 101,000 today. Amazing. And we're still waiting for our play button, which we have strikes on our account because we're giving too much sauce away. Too much spaghetti sauce. They don't like that. I was making fun of Donald Trump, so I got violated. Said you can't make fun of Donald Trump. You have to say good things about Donald Trump in order to get your silver play button. I'm going to make a big orange play button. Oh, this is boring price action, guys, but trading is boring. Bit like fishing. Yep, it's a bit like fishing. You throw your worm out there and you wait for a bite. You never know what you're going to catch. Might be a small fish or it might be a trophy size that you mount on the wall. Hopefully this trade is not going to be just a little sunfish. It's going to be a nice 15-pound largemouth bass. Give us one of those big ones. Sadat, what's the link there? Iran warns US of endless quagmire after Trump threatens to seize its oil and gas. Yeah, he could be bluffing. We'll see what happens. It's going to be developing news all night and tomorrow, and especially over the weekend. Come on, let's push down. We just need one nice black liquidation candle come through here, and we're not getting it right now. Okay, here's the close. Still lower lows, lower highs, some black volume. We opened black. Can we get an ignited open? It's had some bullish ignited opens last few candles. Can we now get a nice bearish ignited candle opening and just start filling and doing a job that the seller should be doing, bidding down in here, and our hourly candle will just start pushing down, okay? So let's see if this is going to be the move coming. We're 10 minutes away from the 30-year US bond auction, okay? So now we're coming right down to that blue opening candle. That's good. That's a good move. Great move. That's again 75 pips. Continue to break, fill those wicks. Could be 90, 100. Okay. I'm going to go to a break even now. I don't want any risk in this trade. So I'm at a break even, no risk. I suggest everybody goes to a break even right now. We're up 75 pips again. Go to a break even, no risk in the trade because it could flip at the 30-year bond auction and it could be trading back up here. And you don't want that. So I have zero risk. I'm in the money. All I'm risking is my profit right now. Okay. So I'm at a break even. I should be scaling out some money, but Man, it's just, I want that 100. It's that psychological 100 that's destroying me right here. That psychological 100 pips. All clear. Verbally, I'm at a break even. No risk in the money. Okay. So that's how you manage your risk. Okay. I'm here to help manage risk. I can't tell you when to take profits. Okay. You do that on your own. But you remember when the trade started, I originally had my stop loss above the yellow line, top down analysis. And then as it moved down with that black candle, I moved it down to 50% of this candle. And then as soon as it moved down there, it got down to the break even. Then I have all risk clear, no emotions in the trade. The only thing is just playing around with the profit now. Are we clear on that, guys? Throw a like in the YouTubes. I'm going to go on YouTube now just to check how many likes we got, because I know that we had 1,000 viewers on today's call. We got 1.2 right now. Wow. And we got 500 likes. So it's below half for a trade analyzed, top-down analysis, educating in the money, proper risk management. What else would you like me to do? You know, like, how else can we get some a like or a respect around here? I don't know. But if I was watching someone explain this to me while I was learning, I want to jump up and hug the guy. Like, he explained it properly. Top-down analysis, the fake out, where to take the trade, stop loss, TP, risk management, breaking it down, answering your questions. But I know it's difficult for people to hit a like button on YouTube. It's very difficult. Hit the buy and sell button, no problem, no issues. But the like button, it's very, very difficult. But one day I'm going to understand this YouTube game. Okay, so you guys know now what we got to do here is basically this blue body. Are we going to close below it, or it's going to be support? And we're going in 7 minutes into the US 30-year bond auction. Okay, right over here. It's just a low impact folder, yellow folder, 7 minutes, but still it affects the US dollar. I consider these to be impactful events. You know, Forex Factory doesn't look at it like that. I don't give a shit about Forex Factory. I know the 30-year bond auction and 10-year bond auction are very significant to the US dollar. Okay. Okay, so I'm at a break even, guys. Remember that. I haven't taken out profit, okay? But we should be running an 80-20 rule or 50-50. Broke that low, came down, and then now coming back up. So where will this black volume close? Above the red line, then it's support, might open a blue candle. If we close below it, then we could continue to push down. 20 seconds to go into the close. Justin, I hope everyone's having a great day. Everyone is. Life is great. Jared, you took your profits. Things could get freaky. Good for you. No, that's perfect. Good. I'm not faulting you for taking profits. I'm actually congratulating you. You're the smart one here. We got to maybe take after you as well. Okay, so it's holding. You see the red line? It's holding support. Okay, so that's again 70 pips of profit. Okay, coming back down. Man. Okay, so we got lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, trending down perfectly. We just don't have that, you know, that liquidation candle, those big, heavy black candles. They're just small incremental candles. We need that big flush. Like, I need this hourly candle to just flush right before the hour and the bond auction. That would be ideal, but it's not there. So they're holding this market up because the bond auction, and then maybe to create some support to bring it up. So I just want one final flush. That's all I'm asking for. Can we get it? And then I'm going to grab 80% profit and leave 20% running into the bond auction. Okay, so I got a black candle. Can it just fill that wick? Holy shit. 4,080 is a stubborn area. And I feel like I look like an idiot here, not taking out some money out of the markets, but I'm trying to hold for a bigger move. But man, I feel like the dumbest person on the call here. Because normally I would be dipped out of this. Take half, Justin. It's just, I'm so stubborn today, Justin. There is some volatility, man. I just want one black candle. Where's Donald Trump when you need him? He tweeted that piece of shit yesterday when I was in a trade, and then it dropped and stopped me out and rebounded. Where is he now? Fucking asshole. Sorry, guys. Don't let YouTube strike us again. Where's that orange face piece of shit right now to tweet to drop this down? Saving the US dollar. Yeah, Donald Trump looks like an Oompa Loompa. There's another YouTube strike for saying that. But we could see maybe a bottom. Okay, one bottom. Okay, and then second bottom. As much as I hate to see this, it is developing a W. Going into one more minute. Then it will be a new hourly, and then the US bond auction. And then, but that's why I have zero risk. I have zero risk. Just the profit. And you guys see, Ron is getting greedy with it. But high reward if I'm rewarded. But I'm going mental here holding this shit. Good rejection. Let's flip this. Come on, shooting star, the last minute. Give it to me. Come on, last 30 seconds. It's like the market knows what we want and won't give it to us. It's like someone is watching us. Donald Trump, are you watching us? We're snipers. We're coming after the market makers. We're building an army over here. We're building an army of responsible risk management traders. That's what we're building. We're not building an army of reckless gamblers. We're building an army of solid traders that look for their daily goal, understand the psychology of the markets, and trade responsibly. That's the army we're building. And we're coming after the banks, the financial institutions, the hedge funds, all of the elites, and the greedy politicians. We want our money. And we're coming in the thousands all around the world. Here we go. Guys, I'm taking out 80% there. I'm getting rewarded. 80% is out, 20% break even, running it into the auction. Fuck yeah. That's a good move right there. Guys, in my opinion, I'm not saying it because I'm saying that's a good move. Holding all that shit in those lower highs, that's a good move. That's 100 pips right there. And the bond auction is coming up, so it could get volatile. I got a 20% runner now. Whatever happens, happens, but 80% is out. Thank God. Guys, hit the likes, W's in the chats if you understood, but now you see that wick? It's the bond auction right now. Okay, so shit can flip. That's why I took out my money. Pending. Still haven't released it yet. Amazing, guys. Good job. See, you guys hitting the likes, subscribing to the channel, caused us to break that support. Now let's see what happens. I'm curious to see what the number is. Rob, stop that. I almost choked. That picture is the ugliest picture I've ever seen in my life. Don't show me that again. That is traumatizing. Oh my God. Guys, gold is still coming down. Come on, release this number. What is it? 5.05, what we're looking for. Oh, good drop, guys. Good drop. Ooh, shit. Okay. Remember our opening balance. That's where, if my runner can get down there. Oh, drippy, drippy, drippy. Come on, come on. That's a good move. What is the number? 5.02. 5.02. Okay, so it's still over 5, but didn't go over 5.05. So that's a good drop right there, guys. But the daily opening balance is that's 120 pips. The daily opening is right there, the yellow line. That's today's open. So when we look at this, it all started with that fake out liquidity grab right there, guys. Oh my God. That was a textbook fake out. And look at what we did. We're in this. Guys, that if it hits that yellow line verbally, that's a full TP for me. 20% is out if it gets down there. Okay. When we look at the daily, look at how it flipped. Okay. Understand the importance of top-down analysis. Remember the yellow line. Look at where we are, right there at the opening balance. See, just this little blue volume that's left is right there. If we break that, we're filling yesterday's wick. Yesterday's wick is 4,066, and that's the only thing that can hold it right now. Right here, holy shit. There it is, 4,066. Oh, man. We ate on this trade. Captain Boom, World Cup beers and grubs sorted with the runner. Amazing, bro. Cheers from me. Cheers from me. I hope you enjoy the World Cup. I'm going to enjoy the games too. This whole World Cup is exciting. It's going to be awesome. Because games, there's like 4, 5, 6 games on the weekend. And even Turkey plays at midnight. So I'm going to watch the game. Like there's games all throughout because there's different time zones here in Mexico, USA, and Canada. And it's unbelievable. So World Cup fever. Amazing, guys. Guys, we had a great call. It's been a great month. It's been amazing, guys. I can't wait to do this all summer with you guys. This is going to be awesome. Okay. So please, guys, everyone should be ideally at a break even. You should have absolutely no stop loss in the market. Don't even don't show them you're in the market with a stop loss because they will eventually come after you. Be at a break even, scale out like us. Make some chicken wing money, make some money for some beer, and enjoy the day. Okay, don't get too greedy. Greed will kill you. You see, greed could have got me right there. Lucky the bond auction came in, but it could have got me. Could have been that double bottom, and then boom, got me. But things worked out, okay? So sometimes you can learn how to hold trades. You know, see me, I'm out of that candle right there. But I'm holding this, but I was watching lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We had to break that balance right there. We did with that candle. Came back up blue. That's where I said could be a potential second bottom, but lower high and then the flush. That's what I wanted. When I say a liquidation candle, a flush candle, that's what I mean. That type of candle. I was hoping it was this candle. I was hoping it was coming down, but you see, sometimes it's a little delayed. It's a little delayed. And things happen for a reason at a time and sales. And it happened at 1 p.m. bond auction. So there's something for everybody. Amazing, guys. Thank you guys so much. The free Telegram channel pinned at the top of the channel. please join this. We're going to have a giveaway tomorrow for a lucky winner, but you got to be subscribed to our free Telegram channel. The link is right here. And you got to subscribe to this AI trade ideas. Tomorrow, I'll show you guys how to utilize an AI trade idea by copy pasting a chart, and we put it in there and it will tell us exactly, will give us, it's pretty cool. So I'll do this with you guys tomorrow and we'll announce a winner. So we want to do a lot of giveaways every single Friday. Tomorrow, I'll also give away a one-on-one with anyone on Zoom. Okay. So I'll pick someone randomly in the Zoom and I'll do a one-on-one with you. Okay. It'll be a 1 hour call. We can discuss anything. We can talk about World Cup. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about your trading plan, helping you out. Maybe you have questions about anything I do here, whatever it is. It'll be a good 1 hour call. Okay. So maybe I'll give away those on every single Friday for this summer. And I want to help out as much as people as I can. And same with Dave and same with SST. We pay it forward, guys. We believe in good karma. You pay it, we pay it forward to you. You pay it forward to us with a like and a subscribe. And you see how it goes a long way? Look at us. We're at 101,350 today. This is unbelievable. Like, this is huge. We don't even give a shit about the play button. Like, we don't care. That's not going to change my life. I'm not a streamer. I'm a trader. I keep saying that to you guys. Play button is nice. I want it for my kids. But for me, I don't give a shit about it, to tell you the truth. It's not going to change my life. It's important for my kids because that's why I do this. But for me, I get enjoyment in you guys learning. That's my play button from you guys. Guys, do you want me to do a NASDAQ top-down analysis for the next 5-10 minutes, and then I got to call it a call? Or are you guys okay with what we did today? Or do you guys, it's up to you. I can spend another 5-10 minutes. Okay. So, and just be careful of the news tonight, because remember what he says. They could be hit very hard tonight. So I'm thinking tonight is the later Tokyo session, maybe going into London. Be very careful, because attacks could start right away. And this is US attacking now. So this changes up everything. Okay. And then tomorrow, SpaceX gets its first big price target. So this is what I mean. It's already right here. Country, SPCX is right here, $135. You see how it's not trading until tomorrow. So if you read our free blog on the SpaceX, it gives you everything you need to know in there. Okay. So the price target implies around 40% upside from the $135 IPO price and values the firm at a hefty $2.5 trillion. Holy fuck. Like, that is insane. Just to IPO a company at $2.5 trillion. Must be nice to be Elon Musk. Shit. That's wow. Okay, guys, free Telegram, pinned at the top of the channel. Join it. If you want to join Stock Sniper Trading, join it. We have 50% off. We help you guys. We want to earn, PIPS for you guys so you can pay for your membership with us. That's what we do here. Hopefully we can do that. We get you enough PIPS to pay for your membership. Today's trade could have paid for 1 month membership, 3-month membership with you guys. Okay. So join it. It's right here. Education. We got tons of it. Live sessions. We got it. The free blogs are available here. Here's the one on SpaceX. This is what we talked about. Remember, I did this one on Wednesday. Has all of your information. So there it was. The IPO size, approximately 75 billion. Estimated valuation, 1.75 trillion. Look, it's 2.5 trillion. The 135 per share is what it is. There's the ticker. Today was the expected pricing, which they just released, 135. And then tomorrow is the actual trading. So it will open during Wall Street. If you can trade in pre-markets, maybe IPOs will allow you to trade it. Okay. Guys, did you guys want me to do a quick NASDAQ, or do you want to call it a day? Bruce, NASDAQ? Okay. Absolutely. All I need is one person. You guys know me. If one person needs something, I stay for that one person, no matter what. I don't need a majority. So Bruce, this is for you, boss. So NASDAQ on the 5 minutes. Okay. So just reiterate, this trade is closed on gold, just so we know this is done. I'm out of it. It's all done. I just have the runner running, but 80% is out. Okay. Now an analysis top down on NASDAQ. Now, I'm not trading it. I'm not buying. I'm not selling. For those that want to learn how to do a top down analysis, here's where you pay attention. Okay. So this is how it's trading on the 5 minutes. It's nice. We can read these candles, but if I don't do anything, I don't know how NASDAQ's been trading yesterday, last week. What's the all-time high? Nothing. All I know is this 5 minute area. So I start my analysis on all securities on the daily. I look at the bigger picture. Okay, so this is crazy. It's been on this huge, you guys know, all-time high run, tech, AI, everything has been out of control. Okay, so just some obvious points, Bruce, right here. And Bruce, I'm speaking to you because this analysis is for you. So this is pretty obvious right here. We can see, bodies where it was respected. So that's a zone. That was the previous all-time high right there of NASDAQ in October, if you guys remember, Halloween 2025, when we were trading at 26, just above 26,000. See, when we stretch it into the future, we came back into there end of January, early February, and then double top, and then they dropped it, but it didn't really break down. Okay, it really broke down here early March. You remember Donald Trump was announcing tariffs. Okay, so that was tariffs early March and April, and you see it found a bottom, and then he chickened out. That's when he was being called Taco. Trump always chickens out. He said, no, I was just kidding about the tariffs, because countries were calling his bluff and saying, okay, Canada's a very liberal country and very soft, and they called him out on his bluff. So it wasn't China, it wasn't North Korea, it wasn't Russia, it was Canada. It was actually pretty funny. Called him out, and then he said, okay, I chicken out, and then no tariffs. We're going to delay them. And then the market rebounded. It came right back here, and then there's where bodies closed above. So you see what I'm doing? Red to green, same strategy. What I do for every single security, time frame, all the same shit. What I do is very boring and repetitive and routine. Okay, that's what keeps me consistent. Okay, so you see that yellow line? Add an alert there. Will NASDAQ ever come back and test this previous all-time high double top? Might be a nice buying opportunity. We are nowhere near that, but who's to say in the next couple months it could come down there, maybe alert me, bounce up, maybe it comes down, closes below, red box, I'm selling it, okay? So that's my first obvious level. Now, is there another obvious level? Yes, the highest point. That is the all-time high of NASDAQ. 30,775. I place for an all-time high an orange line representing Donald Trump's orange face. Okay. And is there bodies? Yeah, I can see a body, and a body right there. So that's how I determine the size of the zone right there. See, that's it. Guys, I'm not doing anything fancy schmancy, just the same shit. Red zone stretched into the future. Green zone stretched into the future. Now I can consolidate this even further. Okay. Do we have a structural candle? Yes, we do. Friday, June 5th. You guys know that was the first Friday of the month. That was NFP. Did it close below this? Yes, it did. What am I doing with this candle, Bruce? POC, Fibonacci, opening price, drag it down to the closing price, right? Let's figure out the 0.5. Put a yellow line at the 0.5. Perfect. Yellow line. Right? Place an alert at it. It's a point of interest. Right click, add an alert, create, right? And then I want my zone. Look at it. Now you can see the last few days how it traded in the zone. 382, 681. There's my zone. And stretch your new zone into the future. There, we found the point of control of NFP. Now we can see on Monday, we came in there. Look, traded in it, rejected back down. Some blue volume. Next day again, came in there, broke a little bit, and then it came all the way, new low, and closed. And look, it opened, again, bearish candle coming down. And look, we could continue lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We're creating new lower lows, right? So these zones, extend them into the future, right? These are static levels, okay? Now, can I base anything off of recently what's happening? See this big bullish ignited candle on May 6th, okay? See, follow what I'm doing? That's a bullish ignited candle. It was a short wick. It popped. So have we retraced back down? Look, I can see Tuesday we came down just above it, came back up. Today, our low of the day is above it. So look at how I'm drawing my zone. Remember I did this with the hourly with gold? Look at how I'm drawing a zone now. There's the point of interest, yellow line. tap it, add an alert. Okay, now a zone. Look at what I'm doing. Pay attention, guys. See what I'm doing? I'm utilizing the yellow line as my reference, right? And then I can already see that it traded in here the other day and went back up. Today's lowest point of the day is right there. So it's a green zone, okay? And then stretch it into the future. We'll see if it sustains this the rest of the week, and I could trade off of this block all week, okay? Now you see how I've consolidated the volume now. So I'm just worried about this structure right in here. Now I can see a body and a body. There, one more point of interest. See how I'm consolidating it, trapping the volume so I can go from the daily to the hourly. Look, right there. Guys, do we agree that that candle closed there, open there, there's a wick there, a wick there, a wick there, and a wick there? And look at now, the volume is below it. So this yellow line is currently resistance now to see if we push below it. If blue volume closes above this, it could be temporary support to continue fill up that wick. If you're a scalper, that's what you're looking for the smaller moves above or below this line, how we just did with gold, okay? So now let's look at yesterday. See, now I'm coming into yesterday and today. It opened bullish. Buyers, did they do their job? No, it was below 50% of Tuesday's candle. Sellers stepped in, pushed it down black, black, black. Did they do their job and fill Tuesday's wick? No. So it came back and it closed. Now we've got, again, a closing and an opening price right there, okay? If you want, write on it, right? If you need to do this, like how I did, text, this is your opening balance. You know how every candle has an OHLC, this is today's open, okay? Opening balance. When it opened, was the candle initially bullish or bearish? Well, we can tell it was bearish. It was black, 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 where the sellers took out that. And then when they came down here, again, look at, they failed to take out that low wick and it got held up at our zone that we just determined. So that's our lowest point of the day, is the top of the zone. I use a purple line to illustrate the highs and the lows of the day. Okay, you can even write if you want on that purple line. That's the low of the day. Low of the day. You can even put today's date if you like to, further. What is today? Today is June, what is it? 11. Okay. See what I'm doing, Bruce? I'm doing this so if I'm trading off of this grid tomorrow, next week, the week after, everything is set up with alerts and I just follow the volume patiently. I do my thing throughout the day. I get alerts. I watch for the setups, above, below volume, fake outs, shit like that. You guys understand what I'm saying? It takes some time in doing an analysis. I promise you, when you do a thorough analysis, your trading becomes so much easier. If you rush your analysis, trading is going to become difficult. Everyone sometimes is just begging me, Ron, buy, sell, buy, sell. I'm like, I haven't even finished the daily analysis. You need to relax. Like, we got a lot of shit to do here. So, but look at what we're setting up. So if it continues to come down, we can high probability to break that wick. But then below here, what's below the green zone? I have a gray chart. So what do we got to do, Bruce? I just have the two zones. There's been some trading in between here. Let's go back and figure out. It's been this uptrend right over here. We're made higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. Look at that pivot. Where 3 days it came black, 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 and stopped right there. That's another good point of interest line right there. You can see where the market stopped and came back up. That's yellow, daily point of interest. I can draw an alert there and create it. If it does break and comes down there, might be a higher low there where there was support, might be like the second bottom. If that doesn't hold, high probability we're trading back down into this green zone, okay? So I can do all this analysis, but let's now follow today's low, came back to the opening balance. The buyers were here. They flipped the candle blue, 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 and look. It went above 50%, but look at the opening balance. Didn't Ron say the opening balance? Same with that scalp we just took on gold, how it continued to hold below the opening balance is more important. Opening price and closing price are the most important, okay? Understand that. Now we came up. We can verify the highest point of the day so far is right there, purple line. This is the high of the day. After this call, Ron will be at his high of the day because I'm going to go smoke some good weed. High of the day. I'm going to take some profit I made with gold and go buy some good sativa kush. And high of gold. Look at Ron's not even thinking. High of day. Okay. And also Ron will be high
2, okay? So I'll just write that there, just so we know. So coming up there, and what happened? Did it do its job? Continue? No. Seller stepped in, offered, lower high, and they're pushing the volume right back down, okay? Now, that's good enough daily analysis, right? I could continue going more and more and more, but that's good. Now I see we're consolidating in here. It's kind of barcoding black, blue, but can continue. We haven't broken new low, but we got lower highs. So it's just like the gold trade we just took. We got to wait for something to break this, right? But buyers are holding it to come right back up, okay? Now, look at what I'm doing. From the daily, I can go into 4H or 1H. I personally choose 1H. If you want to go 4H, do the same thing on 4H, no problems. I go hourly. Now, I can see what the market was doing. Big, substantial drop. Tuesday, 10 a.m., Tuesday, 11 a.m., Tuesday, noon. It came back up to about 50% of those 3-bar candles. If you grab your Fibonacci from 1, 2, 3, and you measure it, it's right there. It's the point of control of those 3 body candles. And then it came back down. Trade is shitty in here. Came all the way back down. There's our lowest point of day. 7 p.m. yesterday. The futures market, 8 p.m. started, NASDAQ coming all the way back up. Here's midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Here's London. Now I can see my hourly candles, specifically which hours they are. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. is pre-New York, 7 a.m. Here's 8 a.m. You know, when we're trading gold is COMEX, but at 8 a.m., is there any North American news? We know today there was PPI data that came out. Yesterday was CPI. And then here's Wall Street. Wall Street came up bullish, went back down. You know, look at how it was trading. Then 10 a.m. came up bullish. That's what created the highest point of the day. But you see, did it do its job and continue to fill that wick? No. Got rejected, came back down. Sellers created a new low and closed. And then it came down, back up. And this is where we're trading now, but it is pushing down. Now, if you want an hourly resistance, Bruce, you see, look at the hourly bodies. There's a body, a wick, body, a body. Right there. You know, when I draw a white line, that would be suitable for a white line right there. 28,900 right there. See, body, and then there's just impulse. So if I'm trading the 5 minutes, you guys know that that white line represents. So I can even write on it. White line is hourly resistance. Right? If you really want to make your charts fancy, you can do them real fancy. Now, do we have hourly support? Yeah, there's a body and a body, right? And then we can verify by looking to the left. There's body, and then you see how it was the body and the body and the body right there. And then it was resistance there when that black candle closed below, and it was holding support here, support here, support here with the blue candle that closed above. So static lines. This is now hourly support, okay? And you see how we're just trading in between these levels, okay? It's ranging. It's black, blue, black coming back down, okay? So if you want to consolidate an entire hourly range, you could trap all that volume, right? There's your trap. You're smart. You know that it's not just going to trade in here all day, every day. It's accumulating. Sellers are accumulating, buyers are accumulating, sellers are accumulating. It could come back up. It could go back down. We need to see a black candle officially close below here or a blue candle close above here. If it closes above here, high probability we take out the high of the day and then we're back filling that wick right there. If the sellers can close below here, then we could come back down to the opening balance, maybe test the low of the day, okay? So now what I'm going to do, Bruce, further is to bring it down to the lower time frames. If you're a 15-minute trader, Bruce, here's your 15s, okay? See, there was a fake out on the 15, closed above, and then you see if you waited, it got engulfed back down, came up and retail. That would have been a nice sell on that candle right there, 1245. The way how I trade, I like that because it came back up and tested, liquidity was grabbed, continued push down. I like selling that candle. If I was a 15-minute trader, I'm a 5-minute trader. Bruce, you're a 5-minute trader. Let's go to the 5s. Okay, so now I can see more specifically, there was like a one bottom at the hourly support, come back up, came back down, double bottom on the hourly. What time? This was Wall Street, 9:45, right here, broke out and created the high of the day. Guys, clues, blues clues when you're trading. Ask yourself, how did that big blue candle, 10 a.m., create the highest point of the day and close right there? And look at the clue. This candle, how did this candle, ask yourself, I ask myself this a million times. That's why I smoke a lot of weed, because I'm always asking myself, how the fuck did this candle not open blue and just take out 2 pips of that wick and create a new high of the day? Why? Because the market said, fuck no, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's a bearish ignited candle. It came down and closed at 50%, and then they engulfed it down. And you see, since then, look at that. That is a clue, guys. No one pays attention to candlesticks like me. I can say that, and I'm saying that live. No one zooms in on the 1 minute candles, 5 minute candles like how I do when I'm trading. When I'm trading, this is how I'm trading, guys. I'm telling you, when I'm trading by myself, this is me. Okay, I don't like doing this on the live calls because no one knows what the hell I'm doing. But this is how I learned. Like, how did that candle not open blue and go blue, 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 and fill that wick? Because that was the highest point of the day, and you see the protection. That should give you a clue that maybe I should be selling. The market, you know, I call it manipulation, call it whatever you want. I don't give a shit what you call it, but you better learn from that, because you're going to see that very often if you study price action. Okay. And then look at what the results were since then. It came back down. It came up. Rejection, rejection, rejection at the hourly resistance, push down. Hourly support. Now you see there's bottom there, bottom there, bottom there, coming back up. As it came back up, Bruce, did it reattempt the high of the day? No. You can see the 5 minutes are lowering, came back down, hourly resistance. You know this pattern, Bruce. One top, neckline, second top. Ron says second top normally has traditionally more volume to break, which it did. And now it's coming back up, testing the daily, coming back down, coming back up. You know, if it closes above, might retest this to come up to the hourly. And you guys know the way how I trade. I measure from the yellow line to the white line. If that's a fill, 120 pip fill. If it's just filling 50% of the candle, 50 pips, you know, pip and dip, do what you got to do. But you see now, I got my scalp zones. I got my interest. I know where the high of the day is. I know where my hourly resistance is. And this yellow line, I'm sorry, what is this yellow line? We didn't write it up. This yellow line was, oh, it was these bodies right over here. It was where we saw the body. So it was this support turned to resistance right over here. Okay, so that's how I go about doing my charting, right, Bruce? And now if you want to add, you know, like zones on the 5 minutes, we see the hourly. So if you want to draw yourself a green box, what I do, come up to the bodies right there. You see, use the white line as reference. There's the green zone, right? I'm a visual person. I don't need to do this, but I do this. And then I see, again, it came back. There's a double bottom. There was the break. It came back there. There was the liquidity grab, fake out, triple bottom, come back up. And look at the big, holy fuck. This is a big boner candle coming right up. There's news. There's got to be something that Trump just tweeted or he farted right now to cause the market to do that right now, okay? So you see how it's still holding? And now it maybe wants to attempt to take out the highest point of the day. But there's all the 5 minute support holding at the hourly. And that could be a structural candle that's going to close in 40 seconds. If it closes above all of this, that's your structural bar. And then with structural bar, Bruce, we take our Fibonacci, open, close. We can find the point of control of this volume, and we patiently wait for a pullback into it, okay? I don't know what happened here, guys. This could be... Oh, right here, 111, or I don't know, maybe this was earlier here, but I didn't read this. Iran submits draft agreement with U.S. to Qatari mediators. I don't think that's what it is. It's got to be something else, breaking news. But we're about to break the highest point of the day. And you see, Ron will be high now. Okay, how was that analysis? Now, if you want to add indicators, there's your 9 EMA green line. 200 EMA is right here at the daily point of interest. If you want to add your hourly volume bar, there it is. We closed above. It's continuing. There's news. There's something going on. This is not normal. It closed right at the high and it's popping and still driving, okay? So with this candle going forward, Trump, what did he say? I have canceled scheduled strikes and bombings against Iran this evening. Okay, that's, you see, canceled strikes on Iran. The guy bluffs, right? And look at, when the market comes down to support, I guarantee you Donald Trump and his buddies were all buying. They bought all of them and then they cancel and boom, they're in the money. What a way to be a trader. You make it the rules of the markets, you buy and sell, and you create the catalyst in the news. Easy. Okay, but for us, it's not that easy. What we got to do is, that's a structural bar. Abnormal volume, closed above fucking everything. It closed above the highest point of the day too. So grab your and look at that white line. Okay, so Bruce, I'm talking to you, brother. We did this ahead of this candle, right? Don't everyone agree with me. So don't say, there's those people say, Ron, you did this after the fact. You did this after the fact. No, I didn't. I did this entire analysis before this blue candle even printed. Now look at our hourly white line. I'm going to guarantee you guys it's right in the point of control, probably 50% of this blue volume. Exactly. That's how confident I am. Now let's mathematically do this. Grab your Fibonacci from the opening of that Donald Trump fake out candle and come all the way up to where it closed. And look, the white line is exactly at 0.5. Okay, I'm not making this shit up. You guys see it here live. Okay, and my point of control is a little larger on that candle because it's a substantial volume-based candle. So I can wait now for a pullback, add an alert at the white line, and patiently wait. While I go smoke my joint, I can wait for it to pull back in there, and I might potentially pick up a buy to come back up. If it's bullshit, maybe it's just, and it comes in, might be a red zone, and then we push back down, right? Bada boom, bada bing, everybody. How was that analysis? I think I went through that one very good, Bruce, for everyone to understand. But does that make sense, guys? Now you see how these static levels can agree with the volume after the fact. So don't say I do this shit after a candle. I've been doing this for 20 years, guys. I know what I'm doing, and I know how volume reacts to this. This strategy, whatever you want to call it, is not it's based off of the psychology of the markets, how order flow moves. If you want to debate me on that, let's go on a podcast and I'll debate you all day. Whatever you think your strategy is better than this, I'll debate you. We'll have some fun. Just provide some weed on the podcast for me. That's all I ask for. We gotta have a podcast. But Dave and I have been invited on some trading podcasts, and our rule is you gotta have weed for us. If there's no weed, we're not coming. Don't waste our time. Okay, so here's the breaking news. After the fact, 133, Trump, I have canceled scheduled strikes and bombings against Iran this evening. Okay, you've canceled them, but you made these big threats earlier, right here in big green letters, or big capital letters. I'm gonna hit them very hard tonight. This guy's so unpredictable. It's so hard to trade with this fucking clown right now. So if you're a beginner in the markets, oh my God, like it's so difficult. You're probably selling down here and over leveraged and your account is wiped out. It's look at gold gone. See, that's why we take our money out, because look at what would have happened. We can't predict when Donald Trump talks, okay? But there it is, guys. Thank you guys so much. Please leave me a like and a subscribe for that analysis. I don't think you're going to get that from anyone else for free anywhere, if they even know how to do that. Good luck. I taught myself how to do that. Anyone that says that they do that, they're full of shit. I'll call them out. That was all myself. I learned at a very young age how to do that. So, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, join that free Telegram. Giveaways tomorrow. We're moving into Friday. Join the Stock Sniper team. We have a 50% discount. Don't miss out, guys. Dave and I will work hard, and the snipers in Discord will try hard for you with the trade signals, live sessions to get your pips back so your membership is paid, and then you can free roll us as much as you want. That's what most of the guys do here, and they're learning all about the markets, psychology, mindset, and thank you, guys. Great call, but now it's time for Ron to go smoke a joint. Have a good day, everyone. Please leave us a like, comment, subscribe, and join us tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. Let's have some fun. Bruce, can I give you guys this chart in the Zoom so everybody has it? Let's see. Let's take the link, post it in there. Bruce, did that help? How was that analysis? Did that and we can do that for any security. You guys just give me a chart. It doesn't, when you learn the skill of doing this, it doesn't matter. You can do it with gold, crude oil, NASDAQ, US30, S&P, GBP USD, Euro USD. You can do this with NVIDIA. You can do this with SpaceX. You can do this with Mickey Mouse. You can do this with Donald Trump. You can do this with anything you want, okay? We're analyzing price action. That's why I say price action is king. It is better than any indicator. It's better than anything. You are following real time. See that candle? That candle happened in real time. See the indicator? It's trying to catch up to that. Us, we know what a structural candle is, and we can wait patiently for a pullback where the pending orders are in there. So excellent. Justin, look at DXY. Let's take a look at it. Holy shit. Woo! Look at that dump. US bond auction and then Donald Trump tweeting. Holy shit. These guys are just playing with the markets like it's they caught a big one, right? They were fishing and they didn't catch a little sunfish. They caught a big shark or a whale. A whale bit on that one. Wow, unbelievable, guys. But have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon, guys. I hope you guys had a great call. We had a successful trade today. We did some good analysis. And hope you guys had some fun today, okay? See you guys tomorrow. I appreciate all of you guys. Have a great day. God bless everyone. Take care, guys. Justin, Bruce, have a great day. Johnny For Ice, my man, take care, brother. Enjoy the World Cup, guys. It's going to start in 3 p.m. in an hour and 20 minutes. Mexico kicks off against South Africa. And enjoy, guys. Have a great day. Yusuf, my pleasure, brother. Take care, Habibi. Have a good day, guys. Thank you guys so much on YouTube. Please hit the like on the way out if you guys learned something. It does go a long way. And subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Giveaways tomorrow. Join the free Telegram. It's pinned at the top of the YouTube, and hit your notification bell so that you guys can have some giveaways and win some prizes. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good